If I had to start over, no money, no connections, no fancy degree, just me, my phone, and maybe a little bit of Wi-Fi, I'd make money very differently than most people do. And honestly, this might surprise you, because the way most people try to make money today is backwards. They chase jobs first, then they chase income, then maybe years later they think about building wealth. But if I had to do it all again, I'd flip that entire process on its head. I'd focus on skills first, then income streams, then freedom. Let me walk you through exactly what I mean, because this isn't theory. This is what actually works in the real world. Think about it. When you look at people making serious money today, online, offline, doesn't matter, they all have one thing in common. They're not just trading time for money. They've figured out how to create value at scale. And that starts with one decision. If I had to start over, the very first thing I'd do is pick a high-income skill. Not a degree, not a certification, a skill. Something like copywriting, video editing, sales, coding, digital marketing. Something that businesses are already paying for. Because here's the thing most people don't realize. Companies don't care about your resume nearly as much as they care about results. If you can help a business make money, save money, or grow faster, they will pay you. And they will pay you well. So instead of spending years in school hoping it pays off, I'd spend 60 to 90 days going all in on learning one skill that has immediate demand. I'm talking YouTube tutorials, online courses, practicing every single day, even offering free work at the beginning just to get real experience. Because your first goal isn't to make money, it's to become valuable. Once you have that, money becomes a lot easier. Now, here's where most people mess up. They learn a skill and then they stop. They think, okay, now I just need a job. But if I had to start over, I wouldn't chase a job at all. I'd go straight into freelancing. And yeah, I know that sounds intimidating, but let's be real. You don't need a perfect portfolio to get your first client. You need proof that you can solve a problem. That's it. If I were starting today, I'd go on platforms like Upwork, Fiverr, or even just reach out to small businesses directly. I'd send simple messages like, hey, I noticed your website could convert better, or I saw your social media and I have a few ideas that could help you grow. No fluff, no corporate language, just real, honest value. And I'd keep doing that every single day until someone says yes, because someone always does. And that first client, that's everything. Because now you're not just someone learning a skill, you're someone getting paid for it. That changes your mindset completely. Now, instead of thinking, can I do this? You start thinking, how can I do this? Better. And once you get one client, getting the second becomes easier. Then the third. Then suddenly, you're not just freelancing, you're building income. But here's the part I'd do differently if I had to start over. I wouldn't stop at freelancing. Because freelancing still has a limit. You're still trading time for money, just at a higher rate. So while I'm freelancing, I'd start building something on the side. Something scalable, something that doesn't depend on me working every hour. And this is where things get interesting. Because today, there are more opportunities than ever to do this. I could start a YouTube channel. I could build a personal brand on social media. I could create digital products. I could even start a simple online business. But the key is this. I wouldn't try to do everything. I'd pick one, just one platform, one focus, and I'd show up consistently. Because you've probably noticed this already. The people making the most money online aren't always the smartest. They're the most consistent. They show up every day, every week, every month, even when no one is watching. And that's the part most people quit on. They post a few times, don't see results, and they stop. But if I had to start over, I'd commit to showing up for at least 6 months, no matter what. No results? Keep going. Low views? Keep going. No likes? Keep going. Because consistency compounds, and eventually, people start noticing. Now here's where everything starts to connect. Remember that skill you learned earlier? Now you're using it in your content. If it's video editing, you're making better videos. If it's marketing, you're growing your audience. If it's sales, you're converting viewers into customers. See how that works? Everything builds on top of each other. And once you have even a small audience, that's when real opportunities open up. Because now you don't need to rely only on clients. You can sell your own products. You can promote affiliate offers. You can create courses, templates, services, whatever makes sense for your niche. And the best part? You're not starting from zero anymore. You have attention, and attention is everything. Let's be real for a second. In today's world, attention is more valuable than almost anything else. If you can get people to listen to you, trust you, follow you, you can turn that into income in so many different ways. That's why influencers, creators, and even small accounts are making real money, not because they're lucky, but because they understand leverage. Now I know what you might be thinking. This sounds like a lot, and yeah, it is. But here's the truth no one tells you. Making money is simple, but it's not easy. Simple steps, hard consistency. That's the formula. And honestly, most people never make it because they overcomplicate everything. They jump from one idea to another, they chase trends, they look for shortcuts. But if I had to start over, I'd ignore all of that. I'd focus on the basics, learn a skill, get paid for it, build something on the side, stay consistent. That's it. No shiny objects, no distractions, just execution. Now, let me give you a real-life example to make this clearer. Imagine someone starts learning video editing today. They spend 2 months practicing, watching tutorials, editing random clips. Then they reach out to small YouTubers or businesses and offer to edit videos for them. They land one client at $200 per project. Not crazy money, but it's a start. They keep improving, get better, raise their rates to $500, then $1,000 per project. Now they're making solid income. At the same time, they start their own YouTube channel. They document their journey, share tips, show before and after edits. At first, barely anyone watches, but they keep posting. 3 months in, they start getting traction. 6 months in, they have a few thousand subscribers. Now they create a simple course or sell editing presets. People buy it. Now they have 2 income streams, freelancing and content. A year later, they could easily be making more than most 9-to-5 jobs with way more freedom. And it all started with one decision: learning a skill. That's why I say, if I had to start over, I wouldn't chase money first. I'd chase value. Because money follows value, always. And once you understand that, everything changes. You stop asking, how can I make money? And you start asking, how can I be useful? How can I solve problems? How can I help someone get a result? Because that's what people pay for, results. Not effort, not intentions, results. And the faster you understand that, the faster you move forward. Now, here's one last thing I'd do differently. I wouldn't wait until I feel ready. Because let's be honest, you're never going to feel 100% ready. There's always going to be doubt. There's always going to be fear. What if I fail? What if no one cares? What if I'm not good enough? Everyone thinks that, even the people who are winning right now. The difference is, they started anyway. They took messy action. They figured things out as they went. And that's exactly what I'd do. I'd start before I feel ready, because action creates clarity, not the other way around. You don't think your way to success. You work your way into it, step by step, day by day. And yeah, there will be moments where it feels slow, where it feels like nothing is happening. But something is happening. You're improving, you're learning, you're getting closer, even if you can't see it yet. So if you're sitting there right now thinking about starting over, or maybe you feel stuck, here's what I want you to remember. You don't need a perfect plan. You don't need a huge investment. You don't need everything figured out. You just need to start. Pick a skill, commit to learning it, find a way to get paid for it, and build something alongside it. That's the game. Simple. Not easy, but simple. And if you stick with it long enough, it will work. It always does. And hey, if this gave you a new perspective, or even just one idea you can take action on today, I really appreciate you being here. And if you're serious about getting smarter with your money and building real income streams, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. We break this stuff down in a way that actually makes sense, and there's a lot more coming your way. Take action, stay consistent, and I'll see you in the next one.